Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's meditation on healing through forgiveness, a path to inner peace. I invite you to settle into your chairs. Just find a comfortable position. And you can close your eyes or shift them into a soft focus. Please begin by noticing your breath, your inhale and exhale. Just feeling the rise and fall of your chest, the subtle movement of your abdomen. With each breath, see if you can release just a little bit of whatever tension or tightness you may be feeling. Allow yourself to tune into your hearts. It's bringing to mind a past hurt that may still be lingering with you. It can be a specific event or a general feeling of pain. Not asking you to relive anything, but just to be tenderly with whatever comes up. Just notice where you feel this hurt in your body. Is there a tightness in your chest? A knot in your stomach? A heaviness in your shoulders? A pain in your heart? Just observe any emotions that arise. Sadness, anger, resentment, just try to acknowledge them without getting lost in them. Just being gentle and compassionate with yourself, observing. What are the emotions coming up around this hurt that may be weighing you down? I want to emphasize how personal a journey forgiveness is and how it's so important to engage on this path at your own pace. So if all you can do today is be tender with yourself regarding the hurt and the anger that you feel, the resentment that you feel, that's okay. That's actually the first step in forgiveness. It's being with your feelings and giving yourself permission to recognize that you've been hurt. So just take another moment to be really gentle and kind with yourself. I'm now just going to make some statements about forgiveness. And I invite you to just be with each statement and see how you respond to it. And however you respond is fine. It could be, oh, that sounds good. I think I might want to incorporate that, or no, I don't like that, or no, I'm not ready for it. Just notice how you respond to what I say. So forgiveness is the heart's pardon. It's a sacred closure. It's an act of great power for yourself and for the offender. Heart's pardon. Sacred closure. An act of great power for yourself and for the offender. It's an intentional decision to let go of anger and hurt towards someone who has harmed you. Forgiveness does not condone an offense or obligate you to reconcile. This is really important. It does not condone what happened, and it does not obligate you to reconcile. But it is a willingness to place ourselves in the offender's shoes and skin, where they're no longer the other, but they're only us in our less appealing aspects. So forgiveness involves the willingness to place ourselves in the offender's shoes and skin, where they're no longer the other, but rather only us in our less appealing aspects. So forgiveness is a choice that you can make that brings you peace of mind by recognizing the pain that you've suffered without letting that pain define you. It's an act of radical love for yourself. And it's very, very powerful. But again, it's a personal journey. It's so important that you navigate it at your own pace, listening to what your heart feels ready for. And it involves really being compassionate with your hurt and anger. Just being very patient and kind to yourself. So there's no rush, no pressure, just the gentle invitation to explore this process of unburdening your heart. And this is a meditation that you can come back to at any time. So I invite you to take a few more breaths, just bringing more tenderness to your heart. May this forgiveness practice guide you towards greater inner healing and peace. Once again, feeling your breath. And as you're ready, gradually bring your attention back to this moment. Invite you to either write in chat or to speak out loud what came up for you. Inez.
Well, hey everyone. As usual, well, thanks, Mavis, for the exercise. It is very loving. And I actually thought of a situation that I'm having with a friend right now. And I noticed that it's very similar to another situation that I have with another person that is not a friend. And I can say that anger is like the main emotion I am feeling because I'm feeling something it's unfair. And when I got to put myself in their shoes, then I noticed that my problem is the same as theirs, that since I don't openly communicate something is bothering me or something is not all right with me, and then when I put myself in their shoes, it was like, well, maybe they also have an issue just expressing that something they don't want to do or it's not okay with them. And that gave me a lot of empathy, like real empathy and not I should be nice of maybe it's hard for everyone. Just say what's uncomfortable, and that then anger was a lot softer. So thank you for that.
Thank you for sharing your insight. It's such a powerful insight. And it really is a radical act to be able to think about, okay, what's the other person experiencing? It's not easy. So that's such a powerful insight. Thank you, Inez.
Thank you.
Everyone else is looking very thoughtful as well. It's good to see you, Shweta and Marcelo. And Sue Ellen, I think this is your first time, so welcome. David, I was recognizing the connection between forgiving others and forgiving myself. Can you say a little bit more about that, David?
Yeah, I don't know that I have it fully fully articulated, but I was thinking about the past and some of my my regrets and just how they relate to maybe harms that others have you know made against me and um yeah, there's a connection there. Some of the regret about like not preventing, um, protecting myself better in a sense or something. And so that was just interesting to recognize. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up because you're absolutely right. There's a connection between forgiving others and forgiving ourselves. And I invite you to just keep thinking about how that connection works for you. Anyone else have any thoughts? Valerie?
Yes, thank you, Mavis. What caught really my attention is when you said like this part of forgiveness, there is no attachment, no obligation to reconciliation. For me, it was very powerful because I never thought about this piece. And it makes me much more, you open a big space, in fact, that you allow us. Yeah, I think like I'm going to really keep this in mind for a situation because I feel it's like me feels much more spacious and more easier to forgive myself or other without, because sometimes there is like a resilient anger or things. So, but not having forgiving doesn't mean, reconcile. So, I mean, this was powerful reconciliation. So I really thank you for that. I really enjoyed.
Thank you for expressing that. It opens up all this space in your heart, the idea that forgiving, I started out by saying it's a sacred closure. It's a gift that you give yourself.
Mm.
So I love the idea of space opening up in your heart. I want to thank all of you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next week.